Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Y'all know who it is, your boy Freddy the Philosopher, and we are back with part 5 on the important things you need to know on this road of self-development, self-love, and finding happiness within you. If you have been enjoying this series, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free, and also it helps the channel to grow and put this message out there for more and more people to be able to just help them, that they could be on the same journey as you, so it definitely helps them out a lot. And always comment your thoughts in the section. Like, let me know what you think. I'm always here to reply and definitely share and be able to understand like your different journey and what you're going through. And I would appreciate that. Before we get started with today's video, cue that intro. Alright, so let's get right into it. Also, if you have not seen parts 1 through 4, I would recommend you to go watch those first, because then this video, you may not get the overall just concept of it because you're missing context of just how we got to this place. And I know that these are different topics that you could be able to just cover over time, but just understanding the thought process that happens just as you're growing and as you're developing will really help you grasp these videos way better. So just make sure you're watching them in order. But let's get right into it. So part 5, today's video is that the dangerous part, make sure, there's a difference between self-love and just emotional connections, okay? Now, this is where it's gonna get like deep, all right? Now, you've been on this journey. You've been learning about how to love yourself. You've been becoming strong. I mean, you've committed to just sacrifice. You've cut people off. You understand it's hard to meet people. You get it, all right? You're so happy with yourself. There is a dangerous downside to these thoughts, okay? You have to, and you will learn to balance this over years, but in the beginning, it's not easy, okay? And what that is understanding that we do need human connection, and that being by yourself 100% is not like great for you, and knowing that you only want to meet quality people. But let me break this down. So what I've learned, and this happened to me too, by the way, is that when you start developing love for yourself, and a lot of people I know, maybe some people watching this video haven't gotten to this point, but when you love yourself, you love being with yourself, okay? And I mean in a sense of where you could spend days alone, not in solitude. You can still go out and do things. You're just doing them all by yourself, but you're still just so happy because you're so proud of you and where you've brought yourself from and what you've done. But then you also have the issue sometimes happens where other connections don't even seem valid or important anymore, okay? Like, you can have your close circle of people that you only speak to, but anyone else, it's like becomes irrelevant, because you're just like, I got the people I care about and I love that have built up that rapport within me, and then I got myself, who has been taking me far and taking me far and taking me far. But what you got to understand is that at some point there's a difference between going fast and then going far. And going far, you actually do need other people to get there, okay? But going fast is easy to do by yourself. But fast isn't a bad thing, because when you're trying to learn yourself and love yourself, the faster you get to that place, usually the more happier you become and better, okay? And so what I just want to warn people on is that just understand it's amazing to love yourself, okay? Like, I can tell you, it feels absolutely phenomenal to look in the mirror and just be, oh my gosh, I love you unconditionally. It's like a crazy feeling. But know that you do need emotional connections. We got, the more you start accessing yourself is the more you realize that you do have all this passion and all this affection, not even just towards your journey, but to give in general. And while you can give it back to yourself, it's much better reciprocated when that energy is given to other human beings who can also reciprocate that back. So try your absolute best to, as you are learning, to not close yourself off from other connections. Now, do you need to be aware of who you're dealing with? Yes, but you will become so solid with who you are that just certain things don't even you can't even be played anymore. Maybe right now some of y'all could be nervous that you could get played, or if you put yourself out there too much, you'll become vulnerable that someone could take advantage of you. But all that'll go away. Well, why is that? Because you get to a point where I am, where your decisions are all your decisions. You don't do anything that you don't want to do, and that is okay. And a person will be like, well, wait, I thought you just said you got to open up. No, you could definitely compromise. And like, if you had things planned, you know, be able to say like, oh, let me see if I can make this happen. But you would never any longer give up your priorities for other people. And when you decide to do nice things, you're doing them because you choose to do them, and because that benefits you as a person, as an individual. And what I mean by being weary is be of course obvious, where if you're doing something nice for a person and they clearly are just trying to take advantage of the situation, but there's another benefit that you seek, then you need to like learn how to also speak on those benefits. But I feel like you'll get that over time, which transitions us into our next part, which is I'm going to teach you all how to start moving with intention. Okay? We went over some of the foundational things that we covered through our different parts. Part one was understanding that one decision is not going to change everything. Part two is understanding that you're going to be tested daily. Part three is understanding you're going to lose people. Part four is understanding that it's not going to be easy to meet people. And part five, which we covered today, is just, you know, about self-love and those emotional connections, on just balancing out how to love yourself, but also how to continually let people in your life, but just watch out for how to get quality people. But I believe you'll be able to understand that through this. But now, going into our next section, we are going to cover on this journey how to move with intention. Okay, how to make sure you understand the cause and effect of all of your decisions, but also understanding that they're your decisions and that you've decided to make them. Okay, because that is very, 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 very important. I want to actually just get rolling right now, but I can't, so I'll hold off. But hope you all have enjoyed the series so far. If you have, hit the like button, hit comment below your thoughts, hit the subscribe button, help this channel to grow. And I definitely look forward to seeing everybody in our next part, and I hope you've been enjoying it so far.